Hello everybody, I'm Scott Roddell here in Essex, UK, where we just finished up our 2004 Full Contact Chinese Swordplay Tournament. It was a really nice long day. We started bouts at about 10 o'clock and went till about 3. So it was a really good, long, continuous day, one bout after another. It's the biggest tournament we've had so far, 20 competitors. We had people from, of course, from here in England, come over from the US, from Poland, Estonia, and Sweden. So really nice international group, really great play. I was really happy to see afterwards, after it was all said and done, everybody was smiling and chatting and having a good time. So a great time to test yourselves and nice for everybody to meet each other. I'm sitting here with the two finalists, with Gavin King, who's from Rochford, who the school that sponsored it and hosted it, and Roland Tip from Talon. You might guess who won. Roland prevailed. It was a really good, tough, close bout, which was great. A lot of the bouts were really close, really tough. So thanks to the judges for their hard work. And thank you to Art of Iron and Fire for donating a very nice prize sword for the champion. So first thing I wanted to ask you guys was, what are your impressions? What do you think? How do you like it? Would you ever do it again?
Champion takes it.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it very much. I mean, this was so far the kind of best experience of the tournament so far for me. I've been on 3 tournaments so far, and then this was by far the kind of best crowd, nicest kind of experience overall.
Great.
Yeah.
Why was it nice?
Oh, I mean, everybody was challenging.
Yeah, everybody's challenging. I have to say, I think all the players did really well. Even the newer guys who were, maybe a bit over their head, they really stayed in there and hung tough and fought it out. Nobody let anybody get an easy win. So even when maybe was a big difference in skill, you saw everybody really go at it. Nobody just rolled over for anybody, right? No. Gab, what do you think?
Oh, every fight was a fight. There was no easy bouts at all. It was just an all-out.
Yeah.
Every bout, and there was good exchanges. There was some really quick matches. Some went to points. Some finished on the kill shots. Yeah. Just the feedback from the spectators as well. It's the first time, so obviously we're hosting it here, but everybody loved it. It was.
It was great to see everybody stayed to the end too. Yeah. I kind of thought that at some point, because it went on so long, that eventually people would go, "Okay, I'm tired. I'm going home." But everybody stayed to the very end, which was great.
And it was just amazing. You see, like people who've only spoken on internet, and there was a bit of trash talk between us all as it was going on, and it was like we was just
friendly trash
talk. But everybody met up. Everybody bashed each other to pieces. Big hug afterwards, and now they're all drinking beer while we're doing this.
That's right. Yeah, we're missing the after party. So the interview might have gone on too long.
But it was exactly what we wanted to do, which was to showcase Chinese swordsmanship, the unique rule set that we fight under, and it was exciting and just really elevating, and everybody learnt skills, and everybody's just going away. Everybody I've spoken to has just said that, wow, there's tons of stuff we need to work on. So it's going to just elevate everybody's skills. So it's going to be even tougher next year.
I think definitely, having been, this is, I forget how many tournaments we've put on now, as we do these things yearly, and we've done them in the US and here in Europe. But I think this was definitely everybody's skills have come up. I mean, I definitely was happy to see that. Even in the younger guys who, they're rougher, the skills are moving along. And it's going to get harder every year, I think, from here on in. What do you think technique-wise? What do you come away with?
I think the difference between this year and the last year's tournament in Baltimore was people were working off of deflections a lot more. There wasn't so much of the swiping one-hit wonders. There was a lovely couple of exchanges. We're grappling too much, I think. My first 2 matches I fell over and ended up on the floor. So I've got to work on my distancing. Is going to be my biggest thing. Yeah,
I would say distancing is something everybody needs. So some of the tall guys were definitely getting in, and I think surprising people, just a straight in thrust or something. Yeah. And how did you not see that coming? But I think people didn't have that good sense of distance. They thought, oh, he's at a distance, and didn't realize, oh no, he could just come in and tag you. So
and just
training some work on distancing.
Training on the mat as well, working within the area as well. I lost one by stepping out.
That's right.
So
those who don't know, it's 24 by 24 square feet. It's a little bit bigger because this is a metric thing, but basically about the same. And Gavin mentioned the rule set. It's continuous. So I only called halt. I was a refereeing. I only called halt when there was some problem. You know, if we couldn't tell what happened, then we needed to reset. Or if there was a blow that was potentially kill blow, which would settle the bout, but we weren't sure. You know, I would confer with the judges. Was that you know, with enough power? Was it knocked off flat? Sometimes some people didn't get. They might have wondered, why didn't I get that? Because if they lost control, we saw as the day went on, and people got tired. In fact, you got in your I think it was your semifinal bout. You had to skim the top of your mask, and if it had been a little lower, you wouldn't have advanced. So you got kind of lucky there, but everybody's getting tired, losing that accuracy. You see a difference in the accuracy later in the day. Everybody's arms getting tired.
I think the intensity was interesting, seeing the way that developed. So the first matches were like, bum, 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 and then everybody started,
maybe I needed to flex.
yeah, we work on some skills.
Absolutely. So the play is continuous. It's just like if people say, watch the boxing match, you know, somebody might be a count, might be a standing 10 count or something, that there's a break for some reason, but if there isn't, it's continuous. So it's really demanding on the judges, because sometimes they're like duh, duh, duh. And it's also why we have 3 judges all the time, because there's times when I called halt because I thought it was a hit, and the guy on that judge and I said, oh no, that was just his arm, but I couldn't see it because of the angle. I heard a whack, and I thought it was into the body, but no, it was down on the arm. So we really need a lot of judges, but I mean, they were good. They were great.
Yeah. From my part, it's like seeing a lot of new opponents, and then they kind of getting a feel of really different, I'd say, strategies, tactics that you don't see very often in a kind of training bout, and that's actually puts you in a much more kind of how do you say it? Alert situation. You have to be really kind of changing your tactics, your strategy on the spot, and do something differently.
It seemed too that people changed their strategies once they saw everybody play. Yeah. There's another thing I like about this format, maybe you guys don't like, but is that because we have the pools first, everybody sees what's going on. And Matthias did really well. He was only one from Sweden. He only lost one of his pool bouts. He won the most. He had 8 wins out of 9, and was seeded first, but then made it about halfway through. You know, I think people probably been watching and they probably realized, oh, he's doing really well. I better pay attention to him. I don't know what's going on in people's minds, but if I were there, I would have gone, okay, he's getting a lot of hits with this slipping the back end avoid into a counter cut. Better watch out for that, you know. Because he did it really well.
There's lots of stuff to steal.
I'm stealing. But that's another thing, tactically wise. You know, you think about it, you have to be able to change your tactics. I think very few people really change their tactics through the course of the day, which is a harder thing to do. But as you advance in your practice, you want to be able to do that. You can only fight one way. The pools, let everybody see how you fight, and see how you fight repeatedly, and then. Right, then they can adjust to you, right? So to change tactics, but pretty much people stayed kind of the same. They fought the same way through the day. They didn't adjust. So that's harder to do, but it's great if you can.
I mean, I think you know, in order to kind of change the tactics, you have to have experience with different tactics.
Sure, right. Yes.
So this is really good place to get that experience.
Right. Broaden your experience.
Yeah, broaden your experience.
Cool.
I think just having people from different systems, that was quite intimidating coming in. She's like, so for example, our friends from Sweden, we didn't know how they played, and we didn't really. Obviously, I've played Roland a few times in the past, but didn't know anything about the guys from Estonia, and the guys from America was a bit wild with his coming in. He was scary.
They were all kind of scary.
Yeah, it was.
There was a couple times there. I was like, whoa! There's a couple. After a while, I'm like, okay. I'm going to stay away more. You know, so. I got to know myself as people were going, like, okay, these guys are going to be wild, and I would make sure I was far enough away. But there was a couple close ones, like, that was a little close.
It was really cool seeing everybody evolve just over the bouts that we had to the intensity, because you've got people who come out playing like they would in their local schools. And then, especially when we come out for the elimination part, everybody really clean, bang, bang, bang. It was lovely.
I think it was definitely more intense at the end there. Sometimes I was wondering, because everybody's getting tired, maybe they'll You don't have to know that. I think they realize, oh, this is it. You know,
yeah, that's it. Like you win or you lose,
right?
And that's good.
You're knocked out or not. So
yeah, that did change. There was a noticeable change. It was like from, oh, don't worry, I've got another bout. This is my last bout now.
That's right.
Got,
sink or swim.
Yeah, you could do some experimental stuff in the pool bouts, but in the finals, you just have to play your best game.
Yeah. So what do you think for next time? If you're thinking, well, it'll be a year probably to our next one here. But if you were going to fight like next month, what would you add to your repertoire or take out?
Ooh, I mean, I would still work on stepping because that's, under the pressure, that's the first thing that goes.
More stepping work.
Better stepping work, tighter kind of steps that just adds so much to the game that it's really important.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think, especially watching some of the guys who were more consistently successful, like you mentioned, Matthias, his distancing was so nice. It was just in, out,
yeah.
and the flow on his attacks when he was coming through. And I know some of the other guys were really the ones who were continuous but protecting themselves and staying behind their blades. So distancing for me, but also I'm still a big whirling derby.
Yeah, there was quite a few people like overswung at times.
Yeah,
that gave opportunities that they didn't
so
have
I think
to get.
keeping the flow, but really tightening up and getting behind. I think that's going to be. That was one of the biggest. That was the biggest successful thing. It was the guys who were constantly putting barrages in, but they were flowing and staying behind their swords more. Well, that's something I'm really going to take away and work on.
One thing also that especially at the beginning, there was lots of one-off cuts, like cut and then pull back, and try another one and pull back. But later as it went on, and as you said, more successful ones did multiple cuts.
Yeah.
They did follow-ups and came in from deflection into the counter cuts and kind of made the game more dynamic then.
Yeah, and I think it was interesting. So at the beginning, during some of the pullbacks, the guys coming in with the big cuts and finishing them in one go. Towards the end of it, the pull bouts were finishing really, really quickly. But then once people started to dial in,
that was interesting, right? The pull bouts went really fast. I think the fastest one was 4 seconds or something.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
I just watched that on the clock.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
They say 2 seconds.
So it's 2 seconds. 2 second one. All right, so we can go really fast. People come at you, and if you're not ready, they just surprise you. Boom. But then the direct eliminations, even when people were more intense, took longer.
Everybody dialed into not getting caught with those bigger cuts.
Part of that's probably also saying not experimenting, not taking chances, because you're right. It's sink or swim there. Yeah. Either moving up or you're sitting down. So.
True.
Great. Any final thoughts?
Ooh.
Yeah, put me on the spot now.
That's a really beautiful prize.
Yes, we like to give a nice prize.
You're allowed home now, aren't you?
Now I can go back to my family and say, see, I promised you, I delivered.
Roland's wife said he wasn't allowed to come home without a sword.
well, she saw the sword on as Laoshi displayed it, showed it, and then she said, yeah, you're not coming home without one. So, and she didn't allow me to buy one as well.
Buy one. You can't buy one.
So that's...
You can't buy them, but you're not supposed to buy it this time.
Yeah, okay. A lot of practice.
A lot of practice.
Yeah.
Have any final thoughts?
For me, I thought because we're trying to grow this art, this was the perfect platform to which it kind of reset everything. Everybody knows the standard that they've got to work at now and how intense we've got to go. So I think it's... as a springboard for what we're doing in the future. I think this is going to really elevate. No one's going away thinking, I've really dominated. They're going to, I've got to work on this, I've got to work on this, I've got to work on this. So I think next year will be bigger and better, but I think it's going to be a lot tougher to get through to the end. So I think it's going to really help us evolve. The bar's just been raised so much higher. It's really cool.
Excellent. Great. Thank you, boys. If anybody is interested in getting one of these swords, you can find it at the Art of Iron and Fire's website. It's the Lanling Shiwei Jin. It was a sword for a very specific guard unit. It's a reproduction of that sword in the Qing dynasty. So it's an interesting one to have. Anyway, thank you very much, boys. Congratulations. Both of you make it to the finals. And congratulations taking home a sword to your family.
Yes.
Next time you can have it again.
Well,
Thanks, everybody. Until next time.
absolutely.